Hey everyone, Happy New Year, and welcome to part 3 on the road to the Batsuit. Where in this video, we're going to be finally, as I mentioned in the previous video, finishing off my utility belt and the gadgets for my Batsuit project. So much has changed on the belt since the last time you saw it. Mainly this pouch right up here, this pouch, this canister here, as well as this pouch right up here. So I'm just gonna break all of them down bit by bit, just so you can get the idea about what I meant. All right, so for starters, this holster right up here is different compared to the last one, because if you look at this photo right up here on my previous holster, it's basically got a basket weave texture similar to the belt strap right up here. Whereas if you look up onto the next photo of the screen use belt, it's got more of a plain leather texture going on. So I basically got this one from AliExpress, and I just stretched it out just so that my tube light will fit in nicely. Now this one isn't exactly as accurate to what we see in the movies. I just thought about bringing up a bit of screen accuracies a bit, and in case of you probably wondering, there's actually no cap on my tube light whatsoever, and it could be one of those things. Let's say if I'm gonna do, let's say, like a fan film or a photo shoot and whatnot of the Batsuit, well, I can just basically like take the cap off when I put it in the holster, and make the cap, and also attach the cap for when I'm doing whenever I held it up on close. So that's the first pouch is done. One of the biggest changes that I've actually added onto this belt is adding the screen accurate pouch that they use in the movie, which is a I'm not even sure what it's called. It's a Alcur double magazine pouch, which is the same pouch they use on the screen use belt. And I just added onto the belt, did some weathering with some sandpapers and whatnot. The biggest pro about this pouch is, despite being screen accurate, is that there's plenty of wiggle room for both the adrenaline and the UV light, and it just drops into there and snaps right up here, and just like that, as well as the next pouch I'm going to be mentioning, I'll be leaving links down in the description below if you're interested. The biggest upgrade, another big upgrade on my utility belt is the canister right here. Now this one is actually from a good buddy of mine on the Facebook group, Donna McBeharry, who also made the belt buckle and the comlink for the Batsuit project. So basically, he's really outdone himself this time around, and I'll get a close-up of it right up here. This is actually printed in nylon plastic. It's got a little leather strap right up here that attaches to the belt, and the sticky bombs themselves is actually printed in nylon as well. It's got a magnet on the back here, and it's got a screw right up here where you can take it apart if you want to change batteries if you wanted to. And the pros on this sticky bomb here is, if I press it right up here, it's got working LEDs, and there's like various different settings where I just go and I just hold it down to turn it off, and also down on the base of the canister here, there's it's got some foam in there just so it'll be a nice snug fit, so they won't slide out on me, and it just slots into there, and I'm actually love the canister. It's probably one of my favorite parts about the build, along with some of the other components, so big upgrade on that for sure. The last, but certainly not least, upgrade on my utility belt is the screen accurate phone pouch, which is what they use in the movie, and it's called a Protect tactical phone pouch, which is the same one they use in the movies. and just like they were using the movie, I basically just upgraded. Like the stock pouch usually has like a little pull tab right up here. The screen used pouch didn't actually have that, so I just cut that out and fray off the excess so it doesn't fray like crazy. And if I go onto the back right up here, now the stock pouch actually comes with a little clip system where you just clip it onto your belt or your plate carrier if you wanted to. But basically what I did is I removed that. So a nylon strap right up here, as well as a rivet down there, so it basically turns into a belt loop. And so yeah, that's the entire belt in general. And so as for the let's say the canister bone pouch and this holster right up here, as well as the double magazine pouch. And I do apologize about yesterday's video, how I didn't leave a link in the description about the speed loader pouch. I'll be leaving that in the link as well. So, alright then. So once we got that step out of the way, we'll just finish off my gadgets and just finish off the belt. Hopefully we'll do it this time around, unlike last week's video. So we'll see what happens. Alright, so I'm just going to be sending down most of the components right up here, just so they'll be ready for priming and painting, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so the next step I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be priming most of these pieces with the some Rust-Oleum Grey primer, which you can find at Bunnings Warehouse. So here we go. Alright, once the priming is done, I'm just going to be giving these parts right here a coat of flat black Rust-Oleum, and for the caps on top of the flare and the flashlights, they're going to have to be yellow, whereas the midsection on the flashlight is going to be white. So we'll see what happens. And in case of you wondering, I get most of my Rust-Oleum paint from Bunnings Warehouse. Oop. Alright, once we get the black components out of the way, I'm just going to add to move on the caps, which are going to be this gloss sun yellow from Rust-Oleum, and then we'll move on to the last component and we'll get on to the hand painting. Alrighty, once we get both parts primed and painted to the correct color, the next part we're going to be doing is detailing and dry brushing, most notably the yellow trim on some panels. And for that, I'm just going to use some Tamiya color yellow for the yellow trims, and some silver leaf rub and buff for the dry brushing, and just for emergencies, I might as well use this masking tape just so I wouldn't stuff it up along the way. So let's get straight to it. Okay. Alrighty. So after that little mishap I have when it comes to painting the detail lines on the SD card and earbud canister, I was able to find another solution for that with some advice from Eric Trusso, and that is by using some paint markers for the detail lines rather than hand painting it like I did previously. So hopefully that works. And Eric, I thank you for the advice, and we'll see what happens. Alrighty, so the last thing I had to do to finish off these gadgets, which I did off screen, is I glued the middle section here of the flashlight to the actual body, as well as screwing the cap onto the top as well, so I can screw it and unscrew it when I want to put in the holster if I wanted to. The SD card canister is actually let's just say the cap is more of a snug fit, so I just pops it on and doesn't want to come off unless I squeeze it off, if I guess you could say. Just pops on right up here. Now as for the earbud canister, I just actually glued a piece of some 2mm foam in there and glued in an old earbud that I had lying around. It could be one of those things where I could like file down this a bit, so it would not only give the earbud more of a worn look, but also yeah, you could see how it's actually being caught onto there at the moment, and yeah, I'm just gonna give it a good flick just for the camera. Right. There we go. That's the earbud canister. Now the piece de resistance is the flare, which I actually had to add some graphite on the inside just so it'll be more of a liquid finish. Glue it all together, and it's actually pretty sturdy, by the way. You're not gonna worry about this flying off of you. So just gonna give it a good flick and it is a pretty tight fit, but yeah. Alright, so that's the miniature gadgets all done and dusted. In the next episode, which is going to be part 4 of the series, we're going to be finishing up the sticky bomb launcher, which will finally complete the utility belt build. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and without further ado, I'll see you in the next video.